Hello YouTube. I'm going to be going over my most recent Beast Done deck profile for you today, and also going over the matchups I had at my local today. So, round 1, I faced Infinities and I got wrecked. I got 2-0'd, because I'm not going to make many excuses, but it was the first time I actually properly faced Infinities other than DN, so I made poor side deck choices, I misplayed a lot, and that led to my defeat really. So, round 2, I was facing Scraps. Again, I got 2-0'd. I just couldn't get past Scrap Dragon and things like that, Scrap Twin and stuff like that. He just completely wrecked me. It was good fun though, that duel, not gonna lie. It lasted a bit longer. So yeah, I had a pretty bad start. So round 3, oh Jesus, what was round 3? Round 3 was wind-ups. I 2-0'd these wind-ups, I did really well, and that's because of one card I decided to tech him for today, which I'll get to in a minute. But yeah, I 2-0'd him because of that one single card. And then for my final round, I was facing one of my friends, Alex Hodgson, who's known by Hodge. And he's using Spellcaster Burn, and I wrecked him 2-0 because my deck just hates his deck. So yeah, and then my local was offering a free 10-man knockout really. So I was like, yeah, screw it, I'll enter this time, and I ended up winning that. My first round was up against Heroes, and this person went, XO or X1 in the local, so he topped. I don't know what happened then, but I faced him. I beat him 2-1, I just used Thunder King to completely wreck him. So round 2, I was facing Hodgie again, with his Spellcaster Burn, and that time it went 2-1 to me because I just beat him. It was on time and he didn't do enough damage after I just went blah with all my monsters doing plenty of damage. It was like King Tiger completely wrecked him. So my final round, I was supposed to play Dark Worlds, but unfortunately he had to go early, so I faced the person who he beat in the previous round, and now the 6 Samurais. And I won the first game because I got to go first, and my deck loves going first. Game 2 he won, he just brought out things like Colossal Fighter and I couldn't get over it, even with things like Gauze. And then game 3, my tech card came in very handy again, and that caused me to win because he couldn't do anything after that. So, without any further ado, I'll go into my deck list. So, I'll start off with my monsters and the one-offs. 1 Gauze, Game Zero Darkness. 1 Flamvell Magician, that won me the Magic and Spellcaster Burn because he had Secret Village. Because my Magician is a Spellcaster, I just summoned that and used all my spells to wreck him. Now for the 2s, 2 Effect Veiler. I might slide these out, but for the moment they're my main deck because I hate wind-ups and they're really big at the moment. 2 Flame Tiger for my Flamvell Fire Dogs. 3 Thunder Kings, it was the best card yesterday in my deck. It just completely wrecked so many people. 3 Flamvell Fire Dog. I use his effect to bring out my Flame Tigers or my Flamvell Magician, and that allows me to go into easy XYZ moves or stuff like that. Synchros. Scrap Dragon is my main synchro really, other than Stardust. Last but not least, I'm now running 3 8 Fighter, because he's just a massive beater, and with Fallen of Phantom Beast you can easily get his attack over 3000. So, that's my monster lineup. Now let's go for the spells. I'm not running many spells. 2 Duality, adds consistency. 2 MST. I was sliding number 4 yesterday, but I just felt they needed to go in my deck at the moment, because wind-ups are so big, and if they get that factory play off, you're screwed. Stuff like that, really. 1 Book of Moon, because Book of Moon's too good, and then the 3 staples, Dark Hole, Heavy, Reborn. Pretty simple spell lineup. Now my trap lineup is big. 1-offs, I got 1 Compulsory, 1 Solemn Judgment. 2s, I've got 2 TT, 2 Solemn Warning, 2 Fiendish Chain, 2 Dark Vibe, 2 Bottomless Trap Hole, and for my 3s I've got 3 Horn of the Phantom Beast. This card is just so good, it's broken. And now, ta-da, my tech cards. No, currently I don't actually have them on me, which I'm really sad about. I had to borrow them from the judge there, and that was Mind Crush. Mind Crush is just so good. Up against the Wind-Ups, he went Summon on Wind-Up, I can't remember, maybe Magician, something like that. He revealed Shark, and I went Mind Crush Shark. That had to go to the grave. I saw his hand, and he had nothing else to counter that. It left him dead. So that helped a lot there. And then in the 8-man or 10-man knockout, I was facing 6 Samurais. He went Summon Kageki. The summon was fine. He used the effect. On the effect, I changed my Mind Crush, hitting 2 Kagemushas in his hand, and after that he was pretty much dead, because he had to use Reborn to bring it back. So he went for Ushien, but I had the Thunder King to negate, so he couldn't really do much after that. Actually, now I think back on it, he probably could have done something else, but I had plenty of back row as well. So yeah, this card, although it didn't come in often, when it did come in, it was so bloody good. Not gonna lie. So yeah, that's my main deck. Mind Crush was easily an unexpected card which caught lots of people off guard. Now let's go for my extra deck. To start things off, I have a token. That's just simply for Gauze. Then I've got 1 Thought Ruler Archfiend. I could have made him, I chose not to. Scrap Dragon, made him plenty of times. 2 Stardust. I used to run Starlight Road, that's why there's 2 there. I think I made that once as well. 1 Colossal Fighter, didn't make it at all. Didn't make, made once. So yeah, all that, those that people don't know, that's Black Rose, Scrap Archfiend, and Ancient Fairy. Maestroke, the Symphony Jujin, won me a game up against Wind-Ups because he was sitting behind a 3k Leviathan. I used this to bucket, and it was just simple from there. I also used that up against Spellcaster Baron just to flip his monsters down so I could save my life points a couple of turns. 1 Pearl, made that. Utopia, made that. Utopia Raid, could have made it, didn't want to, no point. Photon Proliferative, best rank 4 XYZ in the game at the moment in my opinion. It's just like, how you want to stall me with a Marshmallow? Tough, I'm not going to let you. So now for my side deck. And I will explain every card I've got in here. 2 Noblemans, in case I fail. Well, Chaos Dragons are still big and I don't want to run into Raikos and stuff like that. Well, they're not as big as they were with the 1 Red Eyes and no Future Fusion, but they're still really big threats, so these are just go to Raikos. I've also sided these in for Gravekeepers, in case, well, just to permanently get rid of spies and stuff like that. 2 Shadow Mirrors. The main reason they're in here is for Dark Worlds. That's the main reason I've got them in for. And other than that, it's just for other random decks which use plenty of Dark Monsters. 2 King Tiger for monsters which like their low levels, such as Wind-Ups, 6 Samurai, all that sort of thing. 2 Fossil Dino, because I just generally love this card. You just set it, they explode, they attack, they lose. Simple. 2 Snowman Eater, mainly for heroes. I didn't side them in because he wasn't siding and it was just there. So yeah. 2 Change Disappearance. 2 weeks ago I used Change Disappearance on another Kagemusha. So all those copies just went banished, and it was really hard for him to come back. He did end up winning through Hand of the Samurai to get over my Scrap Dragon, but other than that, if he didn't have that, he would have lost, really. So that is also for Wind-Ups as well, to get rid of Magician, Rat, that sort of stuff. Jinzo. Now this is a real controversial choice, really, because I run a hell of a lot of traps. I run 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 traps. But the reason I say Jinzo is the decks which need their traps to win. So that'd be like Gerald Winston's Exodia deck, Chain Burn, Stooling shit, stuff like that. Just general stuff I hate. I've got 1 Master Restrict for random heretics which are still trying to be big, or still trying to be around. Also for Monarchs, that sort of thing. I've opened this up against Monarchs and he literally just scooped then and there because he had nothing to get past it. Then, last but not least, 1 copy of Macrocosmos. I'm only running 1 copy because my deck it's not really hurt by it, but it does slow my deck down a bit. So I'm probably side out some of my cards for Macro, but other than that, it's just a real good card to use up against those decks. Wind-ups at Rex, because they side D-Fisher so they can keep all their cards in their grave. So macro just Rex them, as well as Dark Worlds, because at the moment Dark Worlds are big, so yeah. So that's my deck at the moment. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and goodbye. If you have any questions about my deck, don't be afraid to message me. Au revoir.